Alright, so it's video time. I know I've been lagging on the videos. Um, but it's cool because stuff's been going great here. I've been busy. Um, but it is the last week of month number 5. Mina and I are getting our rhythm down and been studying hard. I don't know, it's just been a pretty good week, and I don't know, I've been meaning to do the videos, but I just haven't. And even right now, I've been practicing for the recording consoles final, which is tomorrow. But this video, I'm going to do 2 right now. So this one's going to be for, let's see. Oh, where's my calendar? It's going to be for the Wednesday the 16th. So on the 16th, I had my final for microphones in theory. And that went really well. I feel like I remember the night before I had to finish that homework, the mic locker assignment, and I was up pretty late finishing it, but I finished it. And the next day I got up and I studied for like an hour and a half before the test, and it really helped out a lot. Plus, Mina was like, I'm not going to talk to you. We're not doing anything unless you study. So she made me sit down and study. I'm glad she did. And the test went really well. It was 100 questions again. Nothing really difficult at all, other than the fact that it was 100 questions. I mean, all long tests like that. But I finished pretty quick. I finished within maybe 45 minutes, which really wasn't bad. That was about half the time we had. And then I came back home and had some lunch, and then I headed back for lab, which this week has been weird because I've had recording consoles lab on the day of microphones in theory, and then vice versa. So, yeah, I went back for the recording consoles lab, and it was in a different room. It was in building 1 the other day, and we were working on the Neve console, the AMEC 9098i. And it's a big boy, that's for sure. We did, let's see, the first thing we did was reamping. So basically we had a clean guitar part, and we wanted to give it a different sound, so we ran that through an amp again. We basically ran the signal through the patch bay and out into the mic panel in the live room. So the signal was reversed, because we had it connected to an amp instead of a speaker. It was really, instead of a microphone, sorry. So the signal was reversed, and so the sound was coming out of the amp, and we had another microphone hooked, miking the amp, and that was running the regular direction. It was kind of confusing, but not really if you were actually in there. I know that's kind of strange, but I promise it wasn't as difficult as I'm making it sound. So we re-recorded this guitar part, and we learned how to work the AMEC and the signal flow, and we did the reamping, re-recording, and then we each had to take a turn doing that for various different tracks, and we used Pro Tools, which I'd never seen Pro Tools before, so it was all right. So we did a couple things that we had to get down, and then our instructor was just like, well, now it's just going to be an open lab because we did what we were supposed to do. So you guys can just screw around with the AMEC, pick a different song if you want, and just go, have fun. And one of our guys, I don't know if he overslept or forgot we had lab or what, but we only had 3 people in lab on that day. So it was pretty cool. It was just the 3 of us, and we went through 3 different songs, and we, on the AMEC you have built-in, dynamic effects and everything, so we ran it through some gating and some compression stuff that was on the console's built-in computer, and we put together audio subgroups. We did fader grouping, which is really cool. You see the really big consoles where the faders move by themselves. Yeah, it was that kind of stuff. It was pretty cool. So for the most part, it was pretty cool. Oh, hello there. So yeah, Mina and I today's awesome because we got the windows open. She's jamming out. I'm loving it. She was getting on me about making some videos.
It is breezy.
And it is quite breezy today. And it's been nice all week. I think yesterday was the only day that it was really kind of rainy, sort of, but not really.
We slept through it.
And we slept through it because it was earlier that morning. But yeah, Wednesday was good. And then rolling right around into Thursday, we woke up and had breakfast, and it was free pie day at Full Sail. So Zachley's, the campus restaurant or something, it's over in Building 2. They were giving away free pie, so we went and got ourselves a free sliced pie,
Pumpkin pie.
and then yeah, we got some of that pumpkin pie. I mean, you could tell they bought it, but it was still, free pie. I mean, come on, Anyways, yeah, we got some free pie. We was hanging out. It was a bit warm yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty warm. Today it's perfect, and
Yeah,
it's real breezy. Yeah, I got the wind. That's why my hair is like, supermodel status here.
we got the big hair going.
We do, kind of. But anyway, so I had class yesterday, which was recording consoles class. It was just a review day, so I keep surprising Mina because I'm like, I'm gonna be home soon, And then I come home, she's like, "What the heck you doing home so early?" So
it's like you just left.
Yeah. So and it's because it's the last couple classes, and all we have to do is review for the test. So we covered in recording consoles yesterday pretty much everything that we'd done so far. I mean, everything from basic signal flow to the dynamic processors, the time-based processors, the patch bay, the Audient, the AMIC, the SSL, studio documentation, what else? Multi-track recording. It was just everything that we'd done. I mean, it was a lot of information. And the funny part about it was, I didn't take any notes because, one, I already had written everything down because we'd gone over it all before. Two, I knew this stuff. And three, I was, the only one answering the questions. So, okay, so Ron, the instructor, would, write something up there, so he'd be like, alright, so dynamic processors. So let's talk about a compressor. So he'd write compressor on the board, and then he'd be like, alright, so give me some parameters of the compressor. And me and my boy Ashwin were the only ones answering the freaking questions. I would be like, alright, threshold. And then Ashwin would be like, attack. And so we would just be trading off answering these questions, and everyone else was just, not doing anything. I don't know what the deal was. But we were, the only ones for, I'd say, about 90% of the time that were answering the questions.
Way to be badasses.
So, I don't know what that was about. And yeah, I guess we kind of were, I mean, I guess nobody else has the guts to talk in front of everybody. I don't know what it was about, but I'm ready for the recorded consoles test. The only thing I need to practice is signal flow, and that's it. So, I mean, otherwise, I'm pretty good for that class. I mean, I've gotten hundreds on every single other test, so hopefully this one won't be too much different. I know the test is going to be 80 questions, and it's tomorrow. But the review was really good. We took our break around 2:15, came back at 3, and she's acting goofy. Anyway, yeah, I had to go back at 3, finished up early, came back home again, and yeah, you gotta get used to me coming home a lot, because it happens. Yeah, she knows. Oh gosh, what else? So
I get restless when you're not here, so.
Yeah, so I try to hurry home. What else? Oh yeah, so lecture was good. Lab that day was my practical for microphones. And so, alright, funny story. So the first practical we had, it was 2 weeks ago, which feels like it was way longer than that. These classes are weird because they fly by, but they seem like it was a really long time when, once you're towards the end of it, you're like, man, that was a whole, last week that we learned that, and it feels like forever. But about 2 weeks ago, I took my first practical, and I was the last one to go. And so we took the written part. We had to identify 2 more microphones from that list of 15, and we ended up identifying the it was the Electro Voice RE20 and the AKG C414. No problem, easy. And then so our lab tech collected our papers. And the funny thing about our lab tech is on the paper it says you have to write your name, what lab group you're in, and then your instructor's name. And he would always tell us, just write the guy. Capital T, capital G, the guy.
Why?
Because it was funny. It was cool. And he liked the name The Guy. So we'd write The Guy. And I liked that. It was just known as The Guy. Anyway, he collected our papers and he was like, alright, so who's first? And then one of my boys tried to raise his hand. And then my other friend was like, well, I call second. And I was like, well, wait a second. I went last the first time. And it was like, alright, okay, you can go. So I went first and it was easy. I had to set up the, stereosonic setup, and I had to set up the ORTF. So stereosonic was just 90 degrees, coincident pair, and then the ORTF was just, 110 degrees, 17 centimeters apart, near coincident pair. Easy, rocked it in its face, and I was out of there in less than 15 minutes, because, I left at like 4:50, and I was back by about 5:15.
Yeah.
So it was
like you just left.
It was really quick, really easy, no problem. And now today I have lab at 5 o'clock for recording consoles again. We're gonna be working on the SSL today. I'm excited about that. Although I heard that the SSL that we're gonna be working on, the computer is broke in it, so we can't do any processing like dynamic processors or anything like that, or fader groups, which is really lame, but whatevs. I'm imagining it'll be the same thing as what lab was the other day, where we just kind of have free reign over it. No, it shouldn't lie. We were there for maybe an hour and a half last time, maybe 2 hours, but today's going to be quick. And then tomorrow I have my RCO final. So tomorrow I'm going to do a video for the lab that's going down today, and then the test that's tomorrow. In other news, yesterday at the beginning of lecture, before we even started reviewing, we had the course director for digital audio and theory come in, and he told us a little bit about the class and gave us our first homework assignment. So yes, that's right, digital audio and theory, you have homework before the class even begins, because it's due on the first day. And basically what we have to do is go on Propeller and download the textbook chapters and everything, and we have to read through chapter 1 and take, I think it's 2 pages of notes, 2 full pages of notes. We have to take like 10 definitions. Let me see here, what's it say? 3 pages, 3 pages, 2 pages of notes summarizing the day's readings. Has to be in our words, no copy and paste. And then a word list. So the third page has to be 10 key words from the reading with clear definitions. And then exam questions. So the third page also must include 3 questions that you think would be appropriate on a test or a quiz. We must provide accurate answers to our questions, and no true, false, or no word definitions. So 3 full pages of stuff for homework on just taking notes. I don't think it'll be too bad. I think it'll be a little interesting, and I like doing the Head Start stuff on the new classes. I like trying to get an idea of what it's about. But at any rate, I'm gonna go ahead and close the video here. I don't know what Mina and I are going to do today.
I'm gonna go for a walk.
We're going to go enjoy the day and take a walk. So I hope it's nice wherever you're at. Mina and I will see you tomorrow with the next video. And actually, I'm going to let her do a video at some point to give some online insight, because I'm kind of glad that we're on both spectrums of the thing here, so you can really make it, hopefully give you an idea of what would be better suited for you. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Pretty soon, I think after Thanksgiving break, there's going to be 3 more videos before Thanksgiving break. It's going to be tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday, because I have classes on those days. And then Thanksgiving break, we're headed back home to Virginia Beach, or at least where I'm from. And then after that, it's going to be Monday through Saturday, 6 days a week, which is going to be, 18 videos next month, which is a lot. So I will be consistent with those. I pinky promise. So I will see you tomorrow with the next video.